Hi, friends. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. This is what? It's episode 9 of Sunday Tent Talk with Tazarello and friends. I do appreciate everybody being here and hanging out. We got Chaotic Rage, which is like the
So,
unofficial official co-host, and we got Rock Solo. He's grabbing him something to drink, so he'll be here in a second. But I do appreciate everybody pulling up. John Lindsay's first one in the chat all the time. Greatly appreciate it. What is going on, RJ? The Green Oracle. What is up? Anna fam. So I've had a really good week. Rob Shot, what is going on? Um, I can't read that one. Echo from the garden. Echoes from the garden.
yeah.
What is going on? There's my little dyslexia for you hanging out.
No, sometimes when the letters are bunched together, it takes a minute sometimes,
Take
man.
me a second to pull them apart. What up, Dank
I've
Nugs?
read shit wrong many a time.
Yeah, it's,
Dank Nugs. Cheers, brother.
I got a couple cool things going on in my garden. I harvest them, so I got some trees above me. I took my rose plant outside, my rosemary, one of my rosemary's outside. I'm starting my outside grow now. And I still got all my outside grows in a solo cup. I was supposed to put them in a gallon pot this weekend, but I just didn't get around to it. So hopefully they'll be all right for another week in a solo cup. What is going on, Galaxy? Hi, friend. What is up? So yeah, I showed my grow on Friday, Garden Cultivation Network, and I think that was the last time you'll see the flowering plants. And after that, I'm going to take a lot of time to get the roly polies out of my soil. I got to do a lot of vacuuming. I gotta have beer, yogurt cups. So it's going to be exciting. I got to take like the top 3-4 inches of dirt and just take it out.
Yeah.
And then water real heavy, and then it'll make all of them kind of float to the top, and then take a wet vac and shop vac them up. Take a couple avocados and put in there, and then I'll pull roly polies out every week. But yeah, the roly polies is just crazy astronomical in my bed of soil right now. They're eating the hell out of the plants. They're decomposing way too fast. I mean, it's kind of good to have them in there, but then again, it's not. So it's the only positive is they have heavy metal, like a part of their stomach that holds heavy metals, and then their shell, the chitin in their shell, holds heavy metals also. So once I take all these roly polies out, then that'll be cleansing my bed of soil. So, what is up, Blacken?
Yeah, I hate bugs. That's why I would not do a living bed or anything like that. Like, just like this is another fucking thing you have to like deal with. I don't know, like, like they say, like, oh, like the great environment, like always takes care of itself. Like, that's not true. Like, something always takes advantage of the great environment and overtakes all the other freaking cultures. Like
right.
Like,
where I made my mistake is I put my native compost. I took compost from outside, and I didn't do anything with it. I didn't try to cleanse it. You know what I mean? Whatever. I just threw it right in there. Well, that put all the roly polies in my soil. I had the soil probably for, I don't know, good 12, 14 months or so. Clean.
Sorry, I didn't mean. So like, so the roly polies were never meant to be in the living soil?
No.
I've heard like they are beneficial.
They are beneficial, but because of the way they overrun the territory, and there's no predators, to really eat them and take them out. I think that's the problem. Like if I had a quail, if I had a chicken, and I put a chicken in there every day, and he went through and he ate them, you know what I mean, and kind of pecked at the ground and ate the bugs, pooped it out. You know what I mean? That would be. And I don't want to put a chicken in my thing, or a quail, or what was it? how did they word it? Basically fake scorpions. But their name is like pseudo scorpions. Pseudo. I can't remember what it is, but scorpions with no stinger. It's like a stingless scorpion. You can put those in your bed too, but my wife's not going for that. We're not. No. And then big centipedes too. I could put big centipedes in there, but I think if I just eradicate them out of there and I take a couple weeks to, well, it could take up to a year. Like their life cycle is a year. Okay. So they could live up to 2 years and continuously have babies after, you know what I mean? They have like anywhere from 20 to 100 babies, and they're all like in a sack, and then they come out as roly-poly, so there's like no eggs that you can eradicate or anything like that. What is up, J-Rat? How you doing? What up, Grummies? So that's my situation with my bed. I got both beds that have them. So what I can do in the bed of soil that has plants in it, I don't necessarily have to go so drastic with it, but there's so many of them in there, and I'm really trying to eliminate them for sure. But what I could do is I could take like a container, like a yogurt container or something like that, and bury it so the top of it's flush with it, and then you put beer like Milwaukee or something, you know what I mean? Whatever, like Bush beer, put it in there, and then so last time I had that can and I buried the can in there, and some of them dropped in there, but not a lot of them because I didn't have bait. I didn't think to put a bait in there, and they won't go in there just for the leaf, straw, or whatever, you know. You really got to draw them in there. So it's either put avocados and like fruit or like a small pumpkin on top, and then they'll like burrow up into the pumpkin. You could take those pumpkins out like every couple of days and get rid of them. But yeah, I'm tired of them. There's so many.
I take it DE won't kill them.
The what?
Like diatomaceous earth won't kill them.
It says it will, right?
But it doesn't.
I think what you have to do is you have to put baking soda and diatomaceous earth together. Because what happens is they start eating away at the baking soda for the calcium, and inadvertently they eat the diatomaceous earth. But they're not just going to eat the DE, and then their skeletons are so, I don't know, like.
Well, the way like diatomaceous earth works with most bugs is like it actually like it doesn't. They don't ingest it. It's actually just they just gotta touch it with their. I don't know what
like it's insect, like
whatever skin insects have, whatever it's called,
chitin.
Like whenever it touches that like that, it's like glass to them. So it literally cuts them and they die.
Skeleton up. And it'll get like in the folds, you know, like the folds of their shell, wherever their shell or their exoskeleton bends or whatever, it'll kind of get in like those inside their neck area. And a roly-poly, it balls up. So it could just ball up and stay there for a very long time. And then when it gets wet, the diatomaceous earth is kind of like null and void at that point. And then they can crawl around in it. So it does. I think it does get some of them, but I think a lot of them are able to just ball up, you know what I mean, and not get affected by it.
Yeah, it's probably not very effective because like even like people think that the like diatomaceous earth works on like fungus gnats. Like it actually doesn't work on the fungus gnats themselves, like the adult gnats. Like it only kills the larva that's in the soil. Like the adult gnats can like generally like walk through this shit all day and night, and like they have no issues with it. But like
last year
larva that can't live in the soil with it.
I had like a big huge bag walking right across the sticky, like it wasn't even doing anything. Like
he had stickless feet. That's crazy.
I'm like, hey, did I just see that? And he
taunted me, man. This is my way to work. But yeah, I had a bag of DE last year outside. I had a big, huge problem with roly-polies outside. And I had like just thrown it everywhere. It looked like Escobar was in my yard hanging out. You know what I mean? And they was just, you know, kind of pushing it to the side, nesting in it, hanging out, crawling around in it. Like I had threw it like in the because you had like 4x4 and a 2x4 together, and they was like nesting in between those. I had poured it down inside there, and they didn't care. They just like tunneled through it and hung out. And then a couple of days later, the rain came and washed the DE away, and they was still just as prevalent than ever. I mean, it was like they didn't even affect them. Yeah, so I haven't had good experience. It does say online that and I understand the mechanism of it, but it doesn't work on roly-polies.
I wonder if it like can kill like their larva though, or like what I mean, like just
they're
gnats like it can keep them from reproducing. Like
their larva is they like have a kangaroo pouch that all their eggs hatch in, and then their babies come out as a baby, like
that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, so they don't have
so they don't lay eggs like technically like and put them in a nest like they
right.
Put them in
their nest is inside their body. Okay. Yeah, and like a little kangaroo pouch.
Yeah, good luck getting rid of those fucking things. They sound like aliens.
Right? Yeah, they look like aliens too. Thank you for dropping in to hit the like button. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, you got a haircut. I did kind of notice something was a little different, huh? You might have got a haircut.
Yeah, Rock definitely got a haircut.
Yeah. Another thing that happened last week, which is kind of off topic. My son, he is in JROTC.
Yeah, I saw those pictures. Congratulations, brother.
Yeah, my son is definitely, he got the highest award that a junior military academy, or not the junior military academy, but the let's see here, I gotta get it. It's the MOAA, I remember that. Military Officers Association Award. There was like 8 kids. There's over 5,000 kids in the program in Ohio, and there was only 8 kids from a high school and 2 kids from a college that received the award this year. So yeah, that was really cool. Pretty proud moment for the parents. Nice to see you. I appreciate you. Yeah, smash that like button.
Does he plan on going to a military academy or?
Yeah, he's going for the Marines, and he's wanting to do weapons and munitions expert. And
beautiful.
I think he thought, I don't know if he thought that wasn't going to be front lines.
Oh no.
But you know who the second, so not to get political, but the person
it's
the individual that got captured or we rescued over in Iran, the downed pilot, the second individual was an ammunition expert. Yeah, that's what he was. So they got to be on planes. They got to be on
Marines are literally everywhere.
Yeah.
They're the ones who safeguard all our nuclear.
Yeah.
I mean, there are Marines on every nuclear submarine, every nuclear air carrier, any nuclear reactor the Army has control of. Like they're
all based,
like, or I should say,
all around the world,
the military. Like everywhere. Like Marines are everywhere, and Marines don't. Marines are controlled by the president. Like he can send Marines anywhere he wants to.
Yeah.
Technically,
dude,
like
they
can basically do anything now, but
can you believe that 36-hour evasion process that they teach them to keep moving and keep moving and keep moving in a foreign country? Holy God, fuck, man! You're scared. I don't care. You gotta have some sort of fear, man.
Oh yeah,
but you know what? As much as you hate that guy. And I know he did it because he had to protect his legacy. That would have been a hostage in any other fucking president, probably, the way our military has been run for the last couple of fucking decades. Would have been a hostage we would have never saw again, or he would have come home all beat up and never the same with some shit. God bless him for having the balls to send them in with this mission, the way they went in to kill and got that guy out of there. Magically,
you can rebuild a plane. You can make more bombs. You know what I mean. Say you lost a tank and 3 planes or something. So what? We got everybody back.
Right.
This is
they were lucky. They actually did lose more aircraft going after him, but they didn't lose another person, which is good. But I mean, it's extremely risky. Like when you're like like I saw the footage, like they were flying 1,000 feet, refilling, Blackhawks. Like I'm like, and any shoulder fired, rifle can hit these
reach
things.
them, right? Yeah.
Like.
And those guys
So,
are loaded.
so they're just taking small arms fire left and right, and nothing in the air is armored like our A-10s are. But that's like the only thing in the air that we have that has any type of armor on it. Like,
yeah, they're tin cans flying.
Fucking warthogs, man. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know he did it to protect his fucking legacy, but
I can never pick straws at like that. Like I'm not the person in charge of the lives, that's on the people who's in charge of the lives, like that's not on me to say like who does what, like, right. So when you're in a position like that's on you, and like nobody can really judge that because like you're the one who has to answer for it. So
yeah.
So right.
Yeah, so I'm a proud dad, definitely. I can't believe
I would be too, man. That's fucking crazy. He got picked up. He's literally a handful of thousands, like.
Right. Yeah, that's the odds of that.
And not just like locally, like nationwide, like.
Yeah, statewide. But yeah, that's
statewide, but
and it's also in between different branches too. There was Air Force, Navy, and the Army. Those three. There was a couple kids there was one person from the Navy, one kid from the Navy Academy, and couple from the Air Force, and then it was mainly Army. But yeah, I was in a suit, tie, looked all spiffy, being fancy. It was really cool, really awesome.
Tetanus vaccine, 10-year tetanus vaccine to keep you healthy. What the fuck?
What
are you falling apart on us, Catherine?
There was a 10-year tetanus vaccine to keep healthy.
EKG done.
Yeah.
He was talking about something about how I didn't catch too much of it.
Hopefully you're doing all right.
What do you? I get this. Where do you come up with these?
Yeah.
Are you asking fucking Google? Tell me a fish joke or something. Like, what do you come up with?
Oh, a troop of fish. A Galicia.
It's always something. It's always something to do with fish, though. Like, I never understood. And I was just like, I remember one time she asked me about like a dab fish, and I was just like, dab fish. I was like, can she see my like dab fish mat like way back here that I hold like my like drinks underneath? I'm like, I don't know anything about dab. Like, huh?
Dude, you have a dab fish?
It's called a dab fish. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's just a dab mat with a fucking.
Holy crap!
Dab mat, yeah, like, but it's one of those fucking fish that sits on the bottom of the ocean that has the light lure in front of it.
Yeah.
Doing doors. Cheers, doors. Good to see you, buddy.
And to push the like button. Hello. Hi, friend. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. So I'm doing really good in the YouTube department here. I don't think I posted a video this week, and we got 15 subscribers throughout the week.
Nice.
Pretty stoked about that. The growth is pretty cool. It's pretty I think last year I remember I posted a video every single day and wasn't getting a couple 2-3 subscribers or whatever.
Make shorts.
Yeah, so I got to make shorts out of these here.
Yeah.
It's just I'm lazy. I'm tired at night.
Oh my! I hardly make any. I just do the show, man.
Yeah, and then I only got a couple like where I can, or StreamYards generates them. I only got like 15 a month or something like that. So that's like one show. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, you're trying to figure out which one's the best, and you do like 6 or 9 or so, and then the next show you only got like 3 or 4 left, and you're like, what the heck? Yeah. But
Galaxy, cheers. Hi, fishing friends.
yeah, it's I can't wait till the summer breaks open because I can get well, that was another thing too. That reminds me. When my roly-poly situation is over with and I've eradicated my living soil with all the roly-polies out of there, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be taking my worms with it. Like they're going to be there. You know what I mean? I'm going to see if I can try to throw them back.
The bottom somehow, right?
But yeah, a lot of the my boss was texting me. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. But like a lot of the eggs and stuff like that will be in the soil. I'm just gonna, vacuum those right up. And all right. Man. 8:00 start time in the morning. I gotta drive 45 minutes. Jeez. So yeah, it's so my point is, before my boss rudely interrupted us, my point is I'm gonna get my worm farm back together and start doing that. So I'll have a lot of red wigglers, and if you ever go buy worms, make sure you call customer service and tell them that you don't want filler worms in your worms. What's that?
No, I was gonna say that the Catherine, she was saying a glob fish. I think that's what she was calling it, a glob fish. It's either a glob fish or a dab fish. I don't know. It has something to do with fucking dabbing. I don't know.
I know those type of fish are on Valheim, and they got the light in front of them.
Mm-hmm. And I just know we're finding fucking Dory, and I know it's real, but I don't know what the hell it's fucking called.
My grow bed is filled with red worms. So when I bought my red worms, I also got some. I would go to Walmart and we would buy worms, and then we would have 4 or 5 worms left. So I'd bring them home and I'd put them in my stock or my herd of worms. Well, by doing that, I didn't realize that I was introducing other species of worms into my red wigglers. So I don't know if Uncle Jim's had blue Indian blues and red wigglers in the same batch when they sold them to me. But then I also ended up with Asian jumping worms. And the Asian jumping worms, their worm castings kind of lock up the nutrients it's not available. It has to be broke down again through microbes and whatnot to be able to be plant available. It's not like regular. The Indian blues and the red wigglers are real good for composting because their castings are super rich and it's plant available. But the Asian jumping worms are not. So I don't know how I ended up getting Asian jumping worms in my herd. So I pretty much just put them all in a box and I threw them in the trash. So now they're at the landfill so they can decompose all that shit at the landfill. Just have a good old time there.
You need to ditch all these fucking things in there that are alive and just leave microbes to do their work and fuck bugs.
Yeah, so I'm never going to. I definitely learned a lesson. I'm never going to put native soil in my bed of soil. I'm not going to. So, my red wigglers, those if I didn't contaminate it with other shit, then if I would have isolated it and kept it, just as Uncle Jim's worms, you know what I mean? Then I could have known whether or not he messed me up or if I messed me up. Right. And then if I wouldn't have put my native compost in my bed of soil, if I'd have went to the store and bought a bag of compost like I was doing, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have had this problem inside my bed. So I've had some learning situations for sure. But the way I grow cannabis is way less stressful than hydroponics. Hydroponics is so stressful. So stressful. You got your water temperature, you got your pH, you got your parts per million, and then you got to check it every single day. And then you got reservoirs, you got to clean your lines, you got root watt, and then you got oxygen, you got water chillers. Oh my goodness.
I don't have any of that stuff.
The amount of problems that I see Fresh Princess have, and she's just constantly, that's all she does is troubleshoot and fix problem, troubleshoot and fix problem, troubleshoot and fix problem. And I'm like, I literally walked into my and I poured water and I walked out. And then like I have this beautiful plant. Like it's beautiful. And I literally have like 10 minutes a day, maybe an hour on a Saturday, Sunday. The only problem I have is my roly-polies, and then I got to eradicate those. I think that's it. But the amount of problems I've seen people have with lockouts and trying to figure this out and this and that and whatever. And oh man, it's too much for me. It's too much. I love my living soil. Love it with the bugs and everything. Because that's my pH pen. I don't even know where it's at anymore. I lost it. It's gone. I used to use it as like a prop up for when my when the tray was to the side and the water was going that side. I would like prop it up with the pH pen. But and that's just for me though, because I don't know, I'm a klutz. I just don't get shit right.
It's just it's I don't know. I think it's like the easy. There are different ways of hydro growing, obviously, but like DWC is like so basic and so simple. Like, I mean, most people, you know, like they start with synthetic newts anyway, so like you're mixing newts anyways, and that's all you're doing. Now you just got to leave them in the bucket and drop an air stone in there, and you're fucking done for the week. Like, well, not technically. I mean, you got to go in there. Like, I usually prep my resins the day before, so I'll mix my resins up and I'll pH them. And I'll come back the next day because the pH will always rise. And then I will adjust them down to usually 5.8 and then 5.8 for flower, 5.6 for like veg, 5.5. And then like they usually just slowly, like sometimes they rise, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they rise pretty fast. It all depends on like how fast the plant's eating and stuff. But like I normally never look in the res unless I see something on the leaves, because in DWC you will see it like instantly. I mean,
yeah.
But you can address it instantly. Also, you just take the water and you dump it out and you make a new one, and bam, like your problem is solved. There's none of this flushing and like, did I do this wrong? Did I do that wrong? It's like, I don't know. I just start over. Like you can't just like start over in soil. Like
no,
you know, like
no.
In DWC, you just fucking start over. You just dump the shit out.
You don't necessarily have
like,
to. I guess with soil, as long as you start with the correct
there's been days where I've like overfed and I like know it because I'll go in there the next day, and when I look at it, the leaves with the tips will be like burned as fuck, you know, like just the very tips. I'm just like, obviously they're overfed, you know, so I'll just like dump like, you know, like I don't know, I'll just pump out, you know, like whatever, you know, a gallon or two out of them and just put fresh water in and then re-pH them. But that doesn't happen too often, you know, like usually like I feed so light that like when I do overfeed, it's by a mistake, you know. It's not like, because I normally like feed like super light, like I'm talking about like 900 ppm like maximum in flower. Like I usually run like, because my tap is anywhere from like 250 to 300, and I really usually run it like 1100 like maximum for flower. So like, but there are plants that do get burned by that. Like
a lot of people go off that number, and that's a good thing to go off the ppm number. But the one thing that I have noticed is nobody really does a water test. So say you got 200-300 ppm, but what is that ppm? What is it? You know, do you have plant available calcium? Do you have, non-plant available calcium? Do you have iron? Do you have magnesium? Do you have magnesium? You know, like what is in your water? And I think if people would kind of have more understanding of what's in their water, they'd be able to curate their product a little better and have a little less. But that's just something that I've kind of seen from the outside in.
Technically, you could cut back on certain nutrients, but like lots of times, you know, unless you're using like the 7-bottle system, like you can't really cut back on that nutrient because you're using like a 3-part nutrient, and like you can't just like cut one of those out because the plant still needs some. I mean, it ain't gonna survive on what's just in the water, you know, like
right. Like
so,
the
I
spring
guess you
water,
can like cut back, like, you know, if you knew that like you were in like, you know, it had like a high like limestone or something. I'm sure that's gonna be calcium because you get the calcitic lime. So I'm sure it'd be high in calcium, but I don't even, is that shit plant available? Like I have no idea. I'm sure it's full of calcium, but it like is it available for the plant? Like,
so I'm not sure what kind of calcium I have in my water, but I was down at the watering hole and there was a dispensary they have a grow in the back, and he was telling me that the calcium that's in that water, it's high in calcium, And the only thing they do is they add Epsom salts to their water, and that basically takes care of their their CalMag. You know what I mean? They don't have to add in CalMag, and if they do add CalMag in, then they end up seeing imbalances and situations where it's not looking correct. And the reason why is because they already had this much calcium. They just needed to bring their magnesium up. But then once they put their calcium and magnesium in, now their calcium's like this, and they're still not up there with their mag. So it was like him kind of telling me and understanding what my water is. When I came home, I stopped really using. I stopped buying CalMag. I don't buy it at all anymore, and I only put like a handful or two of Epsom salts in my water every time I water, and it seems to take care of everything. So the whatever calcium I have in my water, it is plant available and it's in abundance. So it's like, I guess I had fixed a lot of my issues just by talking to him down there. But I wonder if that can roll over to hydroponics. Like, would you, because everything is so, your numbers have to be so right. You know what I mean? If you do have a water source that is high in plant available calcium, adding your liquid CalMag to it, would that still just imbalance it?
Yeah, like I said, like you'd be able to like tell that like you're having like a toxicity, you know, like if you are feeding, you know, everything normal strength, and like, and if it's having like
lockout issue,
not lockout issue, just like you could like, you know, like plants can be like, can absorb excessive nutrients in it, you know, it's a toxicity instead of like a deficiency. And like,
okay,
lots of times they like look the exact same on the leaves, but like, you know, plants can get excessive calcium and nitrogen, and they can show signs of that. But
yeah, so like if your leaves are like super dark and you're noticing like slow growth or whatever, I think that could be like a nitrogen toxicity.
It can, like, I usually look more for like a clawing for the nitrogen, because like that green kit, like it like your plants vary so much in like color from like, and I'm talking even from like a yellow to like, you know, like the dark forest greens, and they can all naturally look like that, you know. Like I've grown plants that like, you just, doesn't matter what you feed them, they just kind of look yellow and like underfed. It's like you can't get them to be like that dark vibrant green. And like every time you get those dark vibrant green plants, they always do have, like, I've noticed that, I shouldn't say always, like I've always noticed that they, majority of the time, they'll have like red stems on them too, like, you know. And like technically, like that's like, I don't know, like a deficiency, but it's also a toxicity. Like it can be a toxicity, like red stems like can also be toxicities in like some cases. And I don't remember what exactly the toxicity is, but there's so many like different things that can like change, you know, the way the plant like presents itself, that are in, you know, like most people just think of it as, you know, a deficiency like instantly, you know, and they got to feed more because that's just what you naturally do. But
add CalMag.
Well, you got to make sure it's military grade or it's not going to work.
Right.
So, yeah, like and that's one of my issues is when I went to like a 3-part, when I finally like got off the bottles just because they were too expensive, you know. And I was buying them in 5-gallon buckets, you know, but they're still too expensive, and like I couldn't get them locally, so I had to get them shipped. And like that thing came not leaking, like it would be a miracle, you know. Like, but you know, so I went down like a 3-part, like, you know, fully like dissolvable, but it's always like the cal nitrates are always like they're always so much nitrogen that like you can't even use them in like flour, because like you give them the amount for the like the calcium that they need, and it's just way too much nitrogen, because you can't split that ball that's mixed of calcium nitrate, like, you know, like you can't separate those, like, so you're kind of F there. So like honestly, like cut that out. Like I don't even use that in flour, but they definitely still need that calcium and magnesium. So I just give them general hydroponics, because they're like a 100 NPK rating for their CalMag. So
yeah,
but it you know, it's a liquid, but it's more expensive. But like I said, I just use it in flour because I've always had issues getting nitrogen toxicities in flour, because you cannot use there is no amount you can use to make the plants happy and not over intoxicated on the other one. Like it can't, like, and
is there a there's
I
not
use it all the way through
yeah,
mint bloom.
yeah, and you can like buy all like the raw products of this shit, but like I don't want to I don't want to go back to mixing like 8 different powders, because like they all
even
have
if you
to,
did like the way I do it with the sugar cane, not the molasses, blackstrap molasses, right? It still has nitrogen in it, so it's not like you could try to go organic, get away from the CalMag 0 or 100 and try to do a CalMag, because it has nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and it has everything concentrated into it. So I really don't know the NPK ratio of molasses, you know what I mean? But I'm sure there is. There's potassium in it, there's magnesium, everything in there.
Yeah, it definitely has micronutrients in it. So
right. So I think, and then the sugars that's left over in it helps feed the microbes.
And that's like in plants can honestly feed on the molasses too. Like even if you're growing in like DWC, you can technically I know some people who flush with just like molasses water. Like,
oh really?
They'll put like a tablespoon into like 5 gallons of molasses, and just use that to like flush their plants, because
right.
They can use those available sugars that molasses has in them. Like the plants can actually use those. They don't even need to transfer those like to the microbes, to the plant. Like the plant can actually use those sugars that are.
Isn't that tied up into the bricks content of the plant? Like how healthy your plant is?
Oh yeah, like it all has to do like your the rhizosphere of your root system. Like you still have one of those in DWC. It's just different. Like it operates.
It's just the space between the water and the root instead of the space between the dirt and the root.
It still needs to transfer the nutrients from the water to the plant. But I still run beneficial bacteria in there. Like I usually use Orca, but I use Great White just because it's cheaper and because it comes in a powder, and the Orca was a liquid. But I like it. Like I said, I run DWC, so I don't have to worry about anything like clogging up. Like, because that shit would definitely, like, if you were running lots of that in like a drip, like through like some sort of like dripper system or something, like it would definitely like clog up. But like I said, I run it in DWC, so it doesn't matter. Like I just.
Your water stays in the container; it doesn't go out.
Yeah, it doesn't. There's no pump in there. It's just an air stone. It just.
I think that's probably one of the better ways. I think from looking on the outside in, I think that would be. I don't even want to put a reservoir in my living soil. I would love automatic watering and stuff like that, but now I'm just getting into having to maintain and you know what I mean. I'd rather just go in there in 10 minutes a day, throw some water at her. Get stoned on my way out. It's so much easier. You know what I mean? Now, if I do get into like the blue mat system and stuff like that, now I got emitters and I got situations that might clog, and then I have a potential for flooding. And I'm like, I just don't like all the craziness that comes behind it. I like the simplicity of my setup. And I think if I learn from my mistakes, it might cost me a bit of money. I might end up having to take those 2 bed of soils that I have in there and just take them outside and then spend $600 per tent for another soil setup. But if I do it right and I keep them contained and I don't let no roly-polies come in the situation, don't use no native outside compost, I think those would be good for another 10 years. You know what I mean? But I could probably get this bed of soil done right. Once I take 6 inches of soil out of there,
well, technically, like if you like till that and like or aerate it, like and just keep re-amending, isn't it like basically like good forever? Like technically, like
yeah.
I mean, there's times like I said, there's times where like I've seen people like take out their entire beds and like break them down and then like remix them. Like take them outside and like bust them down, all like 300 gallons of that shit and like on tarps and like break it all back down. And
I had to do it one time. I had to move my bed of soil from one end of the basement into another room into the basement, a little bit more secluded. And it wouldn't go through the doorways. I couldn't get it past the hot water tank. You know what I mean? So we couldn't pick it up. You know what I mean? Their kids are looking at me like, it's heavy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I ended up having to take it all out of there. And when I did, I laid it out on a tarp and I went ahead and re-amended it. What you should do is at least every like 5 years or so, throw some rice hulls in it and, you know what I mean, till that up because your rice hulls do break down over time. But your 3.0 soil that you have that you continue to plant, transplant into that soil, that kind of replenishes your peat moss and stuff like that. But I think at some point in time, at 10, 15 years down the road, you can get to a point where you just have a lot of pumice in your bed of soil because that don't go away. But the peat moss and the rice hulls and everything else in there is kind of breaking down and being consumed. So eventually I do think you would have to, put another allotment of peat moss and rice hulls and stuff in there with no pumice to kind of even it out. More rock dust, mountain dust and stuff, or the big 6 beneficial bacterias and stuff like that. So, but I mean, after 10 years of growing in it, I think it's paid for itself. The soil that I have now, yeah, I paid $600 for it, but somebody that does like cocoa, for instance, in 2.5 years, how much money have they spent on cocoa coir, peat moss? $200, $600, $800.
It's another reason I grow with water.
Cocoa's expensive, depending on.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So everybody's like, "Oh my god, you paid $600 for soil," and it's like I'll have
honestly,
it for another 10 years.
All the quality soil I found is expensive. Like any quality soil is, or even media, I should say, just any quality media is not cheap. Like it's. I mean, it's like at the cheapest I've ever seen it, and I'm talking about not buying, bale, pallets of this stuff. Just going to the store and buying some bags, is like $14 to $12 for like 2 cubic feet, which is, it'll get you, probably, I don't know, maybe a 10 5-gallon pots,
so 1 or 2 runs.
Yeah, and that doesn't count all whatever you're doing, when you transplant and whatever, your
worm castings, you gotta buy all those. You gotta buy your back guanos and I mean.
Yeah, I guess. Well, technically you don't have to, I'm saying I'm saying something you can just I guess any type of media like that, you got to put nutrients in it, but
right.
Yeah, but I'm just I just meant media and the scent general, you're just gonna
transplant up every 30 days. You can use soil and then transplant every 30 days. And it'll give you approximately, enough nutrients in each up potting. If you went from a 1 to a 3 to a 5 to a 7 to a 10. But that's a lot of soil that you're just gonna throw away or re-amend.
I still use any soil for a lot of pheno hunting, because I was doing it in Grodan cubes, but they're expensive. The bigger blocks get really fucking expensive, you're almost paying $15. If you're buying them in bulk, the 6 of them blocks in bulk, and I was usually getting the 8 inches, they were almost $8 a piece. So that was pretty damn expensive. So just figured I just get the disposable bags and I just literally buy like I said, the cheapest media I found, locally is literally that shit's $14 for 2 cubic feet, and I just fill it with that and then just put those on the flood trays. I have a bunch of hydroton, but it's honestly it's just easier to I could literally put just hydroton in the bags and flood that, but it's just easier because now I can just flood it once a day, and now I can choose to feed it however I want. And I usually just top feed them, to be honest, organic, nutrients. When I do, it's just because that is very simple. You just go through there and just put table scoops in, and and I don't have to really and I really don't have to worry about cleaning up because when you use a flood tray, if you're using nutrients in the flood tray, like if you're like run I want to clean that shit every week, like because you can see the buildup on it, but like it depends on what you're running it in. Like sometimes you can't move, like like some flood trays, you can't empty and like wash out, like you just can't like it's a way, whatever you're using for your media, like, but yeah, so like that's just the easiest way I found is just put in cheap soil and just flood the tray, once a day and you're done. So you don't even have to check it, just check the res, a couple times a week.
Yeah, that's what's his name? 420 things, I think his name is. He's got like 50 solo cups in a 4x4 area. And he runs them in those solo cups the whole time. He cuts off all side branches. He's only got colas. He's got 50 colas. I mean, and he flood drains them, and they're beautiful. They look great. The way the setup that he's got is just phenomenal.
I used to pheno hunt, like when I was doing like big pheno hunts, like I was doing it in solo cups because I don't have a grow operation. I have some tents, like in the basement, but I don't have like a commercial facility to grow hundreds of fucking plants, like, so if you want to grow numbers of plants, like, yeah, they're going to be in solo cups, but
yeah,
it also gives you, it's also like a disadvantage because like it is incredibly hard to keep plants happy in that small of a cup, like throughout their way of their lives, like it is no easy task. Like, so anybody who like can do that successfully multiple times, like my hat's off, because like that was one of the reasons I stopped and just like went to 1 gallon and just start doing smaller hunts. Like I don't care if it like takes me longer. Like I am really in no rush. Like so I don't know. I just saw it was easier to like always see them next to each other, like when you compare them live instead of like, oh yeah, what was this like? Oh yeah, I might have a picture of this, but like, what was it really like?
Yeah,
go
like, back to my notes.
You have them both next to each other, and you have them both, drying and curing at the same time. Like it's just a lot easier to like,
pinpoint which one is the one you like, where you're going with it.
Yeah, and usually I'll have the other one around, like kept in, like no re-vegging or something, but like I don't have it again in flower form at that point, so it's like. I do have the genetic round, but I usually can't flower it again at the same time with it, if that makes sense. Like I could like, I don't know, like sometimes re-vegging literally takes like, I've had plants that like take me almost 3 months before I can get cuts off of them to re-veg before. So
Rasta Jeff, I was watching in one of his podcasts over the weekend, and he had a question on there, and the guy had asked him, he said, can I take a long flowering plant, pollinate it early, get seeds off of it, grow those seeds out, like take a male, grow that out, take the pollen and repollinate that female that's still in flower, and can I get seeds off of it? And basically his answer was
seeds, like it's like F2 seeds off the same.
Well, it wouldn't be F2, it'd be F1
back cross.
It'd be
F1
F1
back cross to the mother or father or whatever. But yeah, so
right. And he said, yeah, you can do it because, one, you're not going for flower on that long flowering plant. You know what I mean? You're going for a seed production, right? And you would just flower it longer.
But how do you know what seed is what seed?
Well, what he was saying is he was going to like do one branch, cut that branch off, take those seeds as F1s, find a male, take one of the males and pollinate, the whole plant. Basically at that time, so you would remove the F1 seeds from the female, and it would still be flowering, but you would have 6 weeks.
But you would have to. But now you have to. Well, like I said, then now you have to be guaranteed that like
there's no other pollen that floated off.
Pollen escaped and got onto like, which is like good luck with that. Like good other I know like. I've dealt with pollen a long effing time, and that
it gets everywhere.
It gets through like I think I can't remember what cannabis. It's right around like 6 or 7 microns, which is like nothing. Okay, that's getting through every single press bag you have in your line. Like it's nothing, man.
Well, cannabis trichome head is 25 microns. So if you're talking like
that's what
2
I'm
or
saying.
3 microns, that's so small.
No, I said 6 or
Yeah.
7. I'm pretty sure it's
6 or
6 or 7.
7?
I think it's So, but it's
Still,
still like
that's
it's
under 10. That's crazy small.
yeah, it's getting through like most HEPA filters, like most like labeled HEPA filters. I can't remember what it is. I think they're called like HEPA 8s, which are like they're actually like rated to like 8 microns. Like, guess what? That motherfucker is slipping right through there. Like,
Yeah.
but like,
That's
because
wild.
like its pollen is tiny, dude. It's finer than flour, like by far. Like it's crazy. Like. So that's my only, like, when I hear about these things, it's like when it's not like 100% controlled and like you're pollinating
I think another
why
way.
not just like take the cotton, like do the control, you know, like if
Yeah, I
you
think
got
that's where you
time
have
to
to do
like get the seed out of that plant, you got time to take a fucking cut off that plant and clone it, you know, like a clone of it, and like go do the pollination fucking somewhere else, so you know that you're like what
And
you're
just keep
doing
your
is
mother in
what you're
veg.
doing, like I don't know, because I like. I don't know, like I just like I'm all for people doing things and like making things, but like at least do it in controlled way so you actually know what you have, you know, like
that's okay. So you're going where I was thinking. You're basically just going to take a random male that you don't even know if it's going in the direction of your breeding project. It could be kicked out with some grandfather trait that's completely opposite to what you want to even go towards. And now that you've committed to this direction, you might have just bred out your whatever you wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like you can,
it would have to be
like I don't care, like people, like what I mean, like you can do, like have fun fucking breeding, just like do it proper, like and like there's not just one proper way, you know, it's just like growing, you know, but there's a proper way to grow, you know, like we don't use like insecticides on our shit, we don't fucking like, well, there's certain things that I don't do, like I never like I don't even use like foliar sprays for my plants. Like it's not natural. It doesn't happen naturally. Like I don't it's just like I just always cringe at, like there's like I don't have a problem with
force feeding it silica.
But yeah, like I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't happen naturally, you know, like they might catch some acid rain here and there, but they don't catch nutrients through their leaves normally. Like,
yeah.
So, but I mean, like I see the points behind it. I just don't personally do it myself. I just see like there's a lot of things that could go wrong with it. Like,
I used to do it and I stopped. Yeah.
I don't do
like I hate all the extra moisture it adds, and like
yeah,
I don't know. It's just
the extra moisture in my tent does not. I don't have a dehumidifier, and the extra moisture in my tent, I don't like it.
Yeah,
I just feel like I would be powder mildew city.
Yeah. So just to get to my point, yeah, there's like, you know, there's a million ways to do it properly. You know, there's not just one way, but like there is a proper way of breeding. You know, so like you like
right.
you don't lie about, like, and that's probably the dumbest thing I have to say, but like it's like people lie so often about like what they actually have for genetics. It's like, why are you making up this stupid fucking story like to like sell this shit? Like, what the fuck did you cross? Like, whatever it is, it's fucking bombing. People aren't complaining about it. Like, why do you have to like make up this fucking story? Like, oh, I went to this foreign fucking country and I found this seed and I came back and I lost it. And I crossed it with this thing, and then it's like, dude,
have you ever seen that?
What whose genetics? Like, just state what you use. Like, where did you get the packs from? Like, I don't know. Like,
have you ever seen the Netflix sitcom Weeds? I think it's called Weeds. It's a soccer mom. Her husband dies and she starts growing weed.
We started watching that. I watched, I think this the
so she takes
seasons.
She goes on a trip somewhere and she finds this weed, right? And the people were telling her that it's like some amazing stuff that's growing with this amazing stuff or whatever. And she's looking at it like, this is not better than what I got at home. You know what I mean? But they're like, people there was buying it because it was so exotic. You know what I mean? And they was loving it. And she literally went home and she started saying that her stuff was grown in like some like pygmy dirt or something. You know what I mean? And then it was so exotic and people was buying it even more. So yeah, you can sell a product, like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, and it
gets ridiculous.
Like, it does. Like it's just like, dude, like
yeah, rebranding is horrible. Yeah. So, like, I got some beans that are in the bottom of my bean tray, and I don't know what beans they are. Right? If I ever do a breeding project, I might not use those beans. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go find, I'm gonna go to my thing. I'm gonna get some skunk number 1 out, and I'm gonna get some Northern Lights or something, or I'm gonna grab a couple of your crosses or whatever. You know what I mean? And then I'm going to give accolades to the breeder. You know what I mean? The lineage, basically. Not even to the lineage, to the lineage, to the plant.
You can definitely use whatever you like. Like you can pick those out. Like, and what if they're fucking fire? Like
that too. It's to be a bag seed.
Like you don't know what they like. You don't know what they are. They could be fucking other like.
Well, no, that's what they are seeds? Essentially at this point, right? There's
they're just random, but they're like I don't know. I guess I don't know like what, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean like. You would just have to like, like this is a mysterious, like I have no idea what this is X crossed with literally, whatever purple haze or whatever, like,
right. Like player
X is a mysterious, like seed, like you can still like, just like, as long as you're like, you just tell people like what it is, like, cause I don't know, that's just more something I have. Like if people are just like, it's like, what is it like? And it's like, oh, like this, like we don't know, like, what do you mean you don't know? Like it's like I don't care where it's from. It has a goddamn name. Like wherever it came from, it has a name. Like these people have names for this shit. Even in like, you think it's like a land race. Like it's not. These people have cultivated for fucking thousands of years. It is no longer a land race. I'm sorry.
Right.
That shit like doesn't exist. Like those were just strains that weren't available to Western society. They just got, they just went out fucking to Asia and fucking found them and brought them back, like I don't know. It's
hi,
like,
friend.
What's going on, buddy?
Doing pretty good.
Like those strains aren't really land race, like also everything that on this planet has been every strain of cannabis on this planet has been cultivated by humans for thousands of years. Like so there is no wild cannabis on this fucking planet, and there hasn't been for thousands of years. Like,
not anymore. There's not.
That's the first time. That's not the first time I heard that. So we was asking Skunk Man Sam. I was in the chat, and there was a bunch of us in the chat asking about the skunk number 1, and he was explaining that he had bred it out. Well, there was people in there that was like, well, can't we go back to the parent genetics and get the parent genetics? And he said that even in land races, the mobilization of seeds naturally, not even human intervention, just the mobilization and migration of seeds naturally has distorted the color palette of what colors that he blended together back then. They're not the same colors no more. So they're not going to blend together the same. Even if you do go to the same land to get the same parent, a land race from that region, it's been over the years naturally out in the wild has been genetically crossed with everything else out in the wild. It's just not the same color palette. He said,
that's just it. Yeah.
What you would want to do is just go back to his seeds and just keep popping them. And then maybe one day it'll come back.
Right.
But he said that's like a 1 in a million.
Yeah, what they did was years ago, these breeders were going to other countries and getting these land races, and they were trading these farmers their seeds, and these farmers were breeding those together. And then, you can't really control outside where the wind's going and what's getting pollinated. So everything kind of got muddled together there. Yeah. So it's real hard to find true land race anymore. And
they're true land races. They're just land races of today.
Right. You might be able to go out to like say the mountains in the Himalayas somewhere and find like an untouched patch of natural cannabis that's been growing for centuries, but you're not going to find it just growing anywhere like it did one day.
Right. Yeah. There's like in Morocco.
See, but even that untouched patch that you haven't found, like that came from somebody farming in the area who's had that, like that didn't just like, that did just naturally grow there for 100,000 years and humans never came across it in that region, like.
What I'm saying is it's been growing naturally out there, untouched by humans. Like it's been growing naturally.
But it's going to be so genetically close to what the humans have been cultivating there for thousands of years that it's
and the
not
birds.
really like a legitimate land because I don't know, like I don't like I guess there could be like some Shangri-La patch somewhere technically, but
That's what I'm saying, dude.
This is a big world, but
this is hypothetical. I'm saying,
I'm under the conception that like
I'm not telling people go out there and look for this patch of weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you said, it's like a Shangri-La type thing. You might find it. But I mean, it could be out there. That's what I'm saying. It's
have you guys
really
heard of the
hard to
strain
find
hunters?
something like that.
Have you guys heard of the strain hunters on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
So the strain hunters, that's what they do. They go out and they look for beans, and they had one video that was in Morocco, and they would literally just drive down the road and they would look over and they'd be like, "Oh, there's a patch." Stop. They'd get out and there'd just be a wild patch on the side of the road, and they're like collecting flour, you know, what I mean, making their fucking hashish with their hands and shit. But yeah, it's just naturally growing out there. But the fact is that stuff naturally has been breeding itself for so long that we don't have the same color palettes as what they did in the early 80s, late 90s, or early 90s, late 80s. So I think one way that you could do it is if you got the skunk number 1 beans and then just like cloned it, stressed it out, put some stressors on it, maybe reverse one of them, cross it back. Because each time you clone it, if you clone from the top or the bottom, you could potentially get 2 different phenotypes. And then if you take those clones and put them in different environments, like if I send one over to Michigan and one down to Florida and one over to Arizona, and then start growing those and put them in through different environmental stresses, it might someday unlock that whatever what terpene is it? The sulfur compound. I can't remember what the thiol. Yeah, I think it's thiol is what really smells. But if you put extra sulfur in your mix, will that bring out a lot of the thiols, which is that skunky smell?
Yeah, that's what they've honestly been talking about lately for like finding that skunk smell again. But it like then again, I don't believe that like these people were. Like we weren't doing things that differently back then, like people still grow basically the same way, like I don't like, so I'm like, where are those, like, like, where's that terpene? Like, it still hasn't like came back. Like, I never thought that it was honestly like my first assumption was like, it's still out there, but after years of searching for it, like it just had to been bred out. And then, like I said, when I heard about like, a couple years ago, when I heard about seeds from, Authentic Genetics that he got from Sam Skunkman, I was just like, okay, well there's a legit skunk one right there. Like those have to be like, these are legit, and well they came via Mel Frank, but like these are like 3 legit guys who aren't like, and they all had like photograph, he has like, if you go on his website, he had like photos of all of it, like him meeting Mel Frank and getting the seeds and all that shit. But it's like when I ran them all, like I ran over 100 of those plants, like, and they all smelled the same. I could tell it was inbred, and whatever it is inbred, it was not skunk. Like, I mean, it was skunk, but it was not like the skunk number 1 that everybody remembers from the 90s. Like, it wasn't.
Mine was very sweet and subtle. Like it wasn't like funky. Like, it was. I called it Pepe Le Pew.
Mine was like all the ones like honestly like what I got was like a burnt tire smell, like to all
like the purple Urkel or the what was the other one that tasted real tired, burnt purple?
I can't remember, but because I ended up like inbreeding the I actually crossed it with the 90s skunk and inbred it, the number 1. So like I still like didn't get like I still haven't ran a whole lot of those seeds. I honestly just like I've only ran like a couple dozen of them, but yeah, like though, like it's, I don't know. I believe that it is like a terpene that like, I don't know. They did breed out like, and when you said that that Sam had it, like basically admitted to that, like those seeds.
No, he said he bred it out with the Acapulco Gold.
Like, and that's what I was just like, yeah. So like that shit's like literally gone unless somebody who has a cut of that shit laying around. Like that shit's gone, and like. Obviously, everything can be like it has to be recreated because anything can be recreated or it has to be found. Like people just, everybody just runs feminized seeds, then like a lot of people grow at home now, and like 3/4 of people don't even know if they might have that pheno, you know, that like
Yeah,
a
not
handful of
everybody
people
takes
on
the
this
clone.
planet are like searching for, you know, like
Well, I was also told by somebody to stop looking for that skunk number one pheno and try to create your own.
that's basically my
are saying
assumption
it
with it.
is.
Like after 10 years of looking for it, that's what I came
Right.
down to. Like
Just try to make your own. Get something that's skunky. Get a couple things that are skunky. Start breeding them. Do a pheno hunt. See if you can bring that because I mean that is a term, and it's in other weed. It's just not as prominent as it was in skunk weed. So
you gotta like start mixing like some cheeses and like
also
like,
I wonder if it's environment. You know, genetics.
Well, I mean, that always has something to do with it. Yeah, for sure.
Like,
so wonder if we have to go back to the high pressure sodium and the big huge hot lights breaking down on it. You know what I mean? I wonder if we have to go back to the old attic grow, it's like the early's incognito type of environment in order to produce those type of diols.
Well, I know I grew skunk number one outside my first grow. And it was the skunkiest of the skunk that I ever like. You were walking back to this plant, you could smell this plant from 100 yards away, like you were standing next to a normal plant.
You're the one
like,
that
dude,
had
it was crazy strong.
Didn't clone it, did you?
What's that? Dude, this was like back in 2000, dude. I didn't even know what cloning was back then.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Well, that's another thing he said too.
I took a bag seed that I got and threw it in a fucking old fire pit because I knew the ashes had nitrogen.
Yeah.
Back in the woods in a clearing, dude, and it just grew into this beautiful fucking Christmas tree.
That's another thing he said. He was like, there is no way that he could know that smell could be so iconic. He said, how could he know? You know what I mean?
In England, where the reason they bred it out is because people were getting busted. They don't have skunks in England.
Yeah, it was a problem back then.
In the UK, they have no skunks. So when they smelled it, they knew it was weed. Like there was no denying it. Like here, sometimes when I pass a dead skunk on the road, it will actually, like when people are gagging, I'm like, dude, that brings me back to, you know, the 90s and some good ass weed.
I'm like, oh.
So, you know, we knew that's what it was. It was skunk. But
the skunk one,
other people that don't have those animals don't know the reference.
Like you didn't like if you were going to get some like
cheers.
When you knew before it even came out if it was skunk or not, like you literally did. Like you didn't have to know. Like if you didn't smell it when that guy was walking within 15 feet of you, you can just turn around and walk away because that motherfucker does not have the skunk.
Yeah,
he might have said it, but he doesn't have it. Like
exactly.
You can put that shit in 10 Ziploc bags and put it in like
you still
backpack. Like, it's still gonna reek, dude. Like that shit was.
Dude, my whole apartment would fucking smell up for days from an 8. You know, like when I walked into my dude's crib to pick some weed up, I would smell, and it would be the two that I really had a nose for. I'd either be like, "You got that sour diesel," or "You got that fucking skunk." Like it was undeniable when I walked in and smelled his stash. He'd have pounds of it, dude. And I'd walk through the door and be like, "Oh, you got diesel? Hell yeah!"
Yeah, luckily those are like the two strands that I always had like available. You know, like if you wanted to pay $400 an ounce, like. It was always diesel or skunk.
I used to get them for $3.50, like sell some, allegedly sell some, and get an eighth for free.
Free? No, I know.
That's it. That's all you need to have a fucking ounce. I'm like, man, if it was only like that now, man, I tell you what, some of these younger people do not know how good they have it. This press shit, guys. We used to get this shit that they would smuggle in truck axles, and an ounce would be this big around, and it would be that flat. And you'd have to peel this shit apart. And
you have to like break it apart.
Dude, an eighth would be like this big around. So to be able to never have to smoke that shit again is just, I don't know, did I die and go to heaven or what? Because Mexican brickweed was nothing to fuck around with. Like you never knew if it was going to be.
You remember like taking your tray? Your tray of weed, you have to like tip your tray of weed and take a card.
Dude, you take the card and let the seeds fall through, and you'd still miss one and be smoking, and then it explode, and the whole joint would pop over, like fuck, and then ruin the joint because it tastes like shit. Yeah, you get all pissed off. So it's nice to not have to deal with that. It's nice to be able to grow, and I just never thought I'd ever see even though we did backstep a little bit here in Ohio, I still think, we're still at a 12 plant grow limit, which is way better than most states. And the dispo shit, I don't even care about. It doesn't affect me because I don't go to the dispo. I know it sucks for some people, but I'm still happy that it's legal to grow and smoke weed in Ohio. I never thought I'd see the day ever.
I save money growing cannabis at home, and I smoke three times more. I smoke 3 times more, and I save 3 times. So I just spent $55 this month on my grow. That's it. I bought one thing. I don't need anything else. I got everything else. So that'll be $55. That's it. I used to, and then my electric bill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So my electric bill used to be about $150 a month or so, and now it's like $300 or so. Right. For
it about doubles.
Lights.
Yeah. It's about $100-$150 for a decent, 5
I used to purchase $100 in cannabis, 1 ounce a week. I was on a budget. That's all I could afford. I couldn't go get a quarter pound or nothing like that. I was limited to 1 ounce a week. So I had to budget my joints throughout the week. And then, so that's $400 a month. Right. So if I don't exceed $400 a month, then I'm in the green. Right. So now we have $300 electric bill. I'll even add on the 150 we used to, right? Put the $55 on there. That's $355 right now for the month. I'm still cheaper for me. And then I smoke 3 times more. I smoke like a quarter pound a week. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, so
I get it, dude.
And it's really good. I don't have to go anywhere. I'm not meeting nobody in the back alley. I don't have to drive with it nowhere.
Not only that, but the dispo, man, here in Ohio, if I were to buy my weed at the dispo that I need for a month, it would cost me close to $1,000 a month.
Yeah,
dude, it don't cost me anywhere near that for a total grow that will last me 6 months.
Yeah,
especially
outside.
It does. It costs you. It's the initial cost. It's getting the equipment to do it. It's going to cost you. It's going to take a couple grows before you start making money back. But damn, do you make that money back? And not only that, but like you said, it's the quality factor.
Right.
Anything you grow, I guarantee even your worst grow is going to be as good or not better than the best shit you're going to get at Ohio dispos. I know some places are different, but Ohio dispos fucking suck, man.
It's the chain of command within the process.
I got some Skittles from my plug, and I'm not happy with the shit. And it came from a Michigan dispo. Now I've grown Skittles. Okay, I know what those buds look like. This shit, he tried to sweet talk it, and I'm like, dude, look, this is some straight PGR dispo weed. This is some commercial grown garbage shit. Has no smell. You break it open, you barely got a scent. It tastes all right, but it barely gets you high. I mean, it's like, this is some straight mids. Don't fucking sugarcoat shit for me, And dude, I'm telling you, this quality, I think, is just gonna keep going down.
Right, and it's a
money grab.
It's a money grab, and if they're worried about whether or not I pay taxes on the cannabis or whatever, I pay into the electric bill. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm not paying into the economy, right?
Taxes
anything that I buy,
yeah,
exactly. Anything that I buy is from the brick and mortar store down the road, right? So I'm
supporting your economy,
supporting locally. You know what I mean? I got to put the gas in my car to go get it, stuff like that. Right. None of my money goes to the black market.
Right.
It all goes to the economy.
Yep.
So I don't know where they're disgruntled, because if I don't spend money on cannabis, I give it to my wife and then she spends it on bills and
it just shows you how petty they are over that little bit of money that they're losing from the dispo. That's and that just shows you what it's all about. It's all about the money.
All about the money.
Because why what the hell would they care? Like you said, they're still getting taxes from us certain places. The electric bill, I mean, they ought to be, taking the court over that shit and put behind bars. This is criminal what they're doing to us with the electric.
With the data centers?
It just keeps going up.
How we're paying for the data centers?
Oh my God. I know. And I keep trying to tell people, and they don't understand this shit because I see it on YouTube. And Ohio is becoming a big data farming place.
Yeah.
And we are paying for that. It's using up so much electricity that they can't handle it. And it's nuts, man. The shit that's going on behind closed doors, and that the the majority of regular people don't see.
They have no
It's just
idea.
mind blowing.
Things I didn't see for a long time. I didn't see it coming.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't see it.
What's up, Justin? Save money on weed, spend on hookers. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, thanks. I needed that laugh.
Yeah, like you
Oh,
like, cannabis is
yeah.
like,
Solid
like,
plan.
Hey,
Solid.
he grows some sweet trees. I'm telling you what, he does.
like the main problem with cannabis
Right,
is
right.
it
I
doesn't
try
have
to buy
any-
from my local grocery store when I can. You know, some stuff is just crazily overpriced and I will not pay it. But you know, my nutrients, I buy all my nutrients there. If I do need something, it's available 5 minutes up the road. I don't have to wait 3 days for Amazon or something. You know, I can run right up the street. And if I have a question, then the guy that works in there has been growing weed for almost his whole life. So he's an older guy. So, you know, he's pretty good with the questions too. It's a good conversation to have. But yeah, always try to support that when you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like the main problem is like the cannabis industry is like it's not federally legalized, so like corporations cannot and will not put their money into it, like real corporations, and you know, like and that's who it relies on, because I mean, like literally, like the politicians are they're not gonna give zero fucks about a homegrown, okay? They're gonna care about the company that's fucking giving them $1 million on their campaign, you know, like, and that's gonna be the corporation, like. So it's like even like you compare it to like the alcohol industry, like it's still in like its infancy, you know, like it's not even like legal most places still, like in this country, like for any way, shape, or form, you know, like they still put people in prison this day every day in this country for this shit, like like and like until like literally like that change, until you get some sort of like federal, at least combinations, like either make it legal or illegal. Like there can't, like, I don't know, there has to be a federal regulation, at least to the part where like states can finally say, like, finally, you know, like regulate themselves, because that's why most states won't do it, is because they don't want to, like, most states just don't want to go against federal law to begin with, you know. They don't want, because it just makes them susceptible. You know, the more that you can have federal intervention into your state, that's not good. Like, you don't, like, you know, like, I am all for smaller government and like less jurisdiction. Like, I mean, like centralized should be the way it is, you know, like at least locally, like, but I mean, so it literally has to go through a phase, and it's not even its infancy. I mean, like get to the phase where like alcohol is now, where you can like literally like brew it in your home, and like you can go to these microbreweries and get all these fancy shit, and like you like they cater to the connoisseur, you know, like. They are not doing that right now. They are profiting off the connoisseur, like the alcohol industry did until like the 90s and the 2000s, when like these microbreweries still came out, when like homebrew became legal, and like, you know, you could like actually do this shit, like, and make your own brew recipes, and like that's why all this shit took off, and like now they have this niche, you know, and it's like, yeah, they have like, and so like cannabis is like 100 years behind that. Like I seriously see that at this point. I'm not even fucking joking, man. Like I feel like it's gonna be 100 years before we are at that point where you can like literally go into a place and pick something off the wall and consume, and or take
like an Amsterdam coffee shop type deal,
right? Yeah,
but even more like even less restrictive, because they have a lot of restrictions.
Like when you go into Walmart and you got packs of cigarettes and packs of joints, and you show your ID to buy them, and then you walk out of Walmart.
Yeah, what's like different? Like, why can't you do that?
That's the point that we're about to come up to with fucking cannabis.
We were almost
I see it. Like that's what it's about to be, but that's not the point that we want. Like we want it like we're honestly. I think that's what most people want, is like where the liquor department is, where it's like it's catered. Like they cater to like every little niche. Like right now, they're
not
just
truly legal.
Right, it's just regulated.
They're like nobody's like trying to like cater to a niche. Everybody's just trying to fucking throw out mass quantities and sell mass quantities, because
the latest and the hottest.
Because most consumers, because at this point, most consumers are not educated on any of the products that they're consuming. You know, they don't have a fucking clue what's in it. Because like all this shit that like I don't even understand half the shit. Like when they say that, like, man, this is a 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. I'm like, to of what what are like I don't know, like I like they're like CBGN, CBG, CBD, and then like THC, and I'm just like I don't know, like I don't understand like I don't know, I guess I don't know like why they're breaking it down, like I don't know, like just to me that like instantly like just like tells me that like that thing is like probably the insets, like I feel like that is like instantly synthetic, like when you can like break down your cannabinoids and like perfectly ratio them out and then put it into a product and like put it over the counter, like I feel like that's synthetic, like that is not like I don't honestly know that, but like
plant, like because if you can't like necessarily curate a nugget and then say there's only CBG in here. No, there's CBDs, there's THCs, THCA until you decarboxylate it. I think it's their scramble to try to monetize and license and control every single little bitty aspect of it, because they noticed that they kind of they messed up with the THC 2018 Farm Bill, and then everybody's like, oh well, here's a loophole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's all they're doing is closing the loophole. It just took them fucking forever, like you know. But
and I think they're just going to create 10 more.
Well, the fucked up thing is like you're talking about multi-billion-dollar companies now that are going to go out of business, like just overnight. Like you allowed this to happen, and then all of a sudden you're just gonna say no, like your product is illegal now. Like it's, if
I'm not mistaken, isn't big alcohol getting into the mix?
Well, when did it get all started? When all those drinks that Chaotic was talking about started hitting the shelves, and the big alcohol started getting, hey, our profits,
all like, dude, like I bartend, like, and all these people come in. I live in a very liberal place, and like these people come in and they're just like, yeah, like I want like, or at least the people that come into my fucking place are liberal, and there's like, yeah, I want like, you know, the THC drinks, and there's like, don't have like all the mid-aged women, like that's what they are drinking now, because they don't want, like, I'm not saying all of them, but like a lot of like your 40 and 50-year-old women, when they come into the bar, like that's what they're ordering are those THC drinks instead of alcohol. Like they are a big thing, almost everywhere now. Like they are putting, like, the alcohol companies, they already seen it. They know that like it doesn't matter where it is, like everywhere they have legalized cannabis, like recreationally, like alcohol sales plummet by 10 to 15%. Like they've already seen that, like it over state that it happens, and they are adamantly against cannabis. Like that was one of the big things,
over 3 years. And then
the big things in Wisconsin is like they have like this thing called the Tavern League. There is like one of like the strongest lobbyists in the state. Like they have the most pull in the state as lobbyists, and they stomp every fucking cannabis bill out with the fury that even if it's medical, man, they fucking stomp the shit out of that in the Wisconsin fucking Supreme Court. Like they trample all like it like when I was growing up there, it was sick, dude. Like they would like really like wheel like people like dying on their hospital beds up to the fucking courts. Like, you tell me I can't have fucking cannabis, but you can stick me with like synthetic drugs to like test on me, but like I can't. I'm fucking dying. I can't even use cannabis to like comfort my like, you know, like self and like my end of time. Like, and they're just like, no, it's 100% illegal. Like,
and they
can't say it was year after year after year after year. Like this happens like yearly. Like, and it just gets kicked out like every year. Like,
they can't say that the cannabis doesn't have a medical value when they have Marinol. Marinol is a derivative from cannabis, and it's not over the counter, but it's a prescribed medication. So if you have a medication from the plant, and you're trying to say the plant can't be used for medication, then what are you doing? What do you just have a fake drug? How is that sleight of hand really? How does that trickery really miss people? Like lobbyists and big lawyers. I'm not the smartest lawyer in the world.
It doesn't trick anybody. It doesn't trick anybody. It doesn't trick anybody. It's fucking money, man. Like it literally is money.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when people are arguing in court, why wouldn't that fact come up? I mean, like, well, since you say there's no medical value to this, why do you have a medication from this? Like, how does that not come up? Hit them where their pockets hurt. I think it's just hypocrisy. You know what I mean?
I can't remember like the guy's name, but he was actually on. He was actually like the Senate majority in the Wisconsin Supreme or the House of Representatives, and he admitted to using cannabis in his cancer recovery, and he still voted against it every time it came up.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I'm talking about medical bills, not recreational bills, medical bills. Like, and he voted against it every single fucking time. And this guy fucking admitted to using cannabis, like, in recovering from cancer. And I was just like, hey, how did you obtain that illegal cannabis you were fucking using? Like, maybe you should be in jail right now, just like the fucking thousands of other people you've put in jail in this fucking state. Like, it's fucking like, it's all money. It's all fucking money, man. Like, that's what they are waiting for. And there is cannabis industry to fucking line their fucking pockets, and then they'll start passing laws that let them do what they want to do. And like, that's what they are waiting for. And there is no home grower in that situation. We don't have lobbyists. Like, so there is a point where I do see cannabis being 100% illegal to grow nationwide. Like, we could easily go back to that. Like,
yeah,
there's no
like
home grows anymore, period. Like,
I hope not. I hope it we can get some sort of like a home growers association going on.
I mean, like
sort of a union.
It's been like legal in like California now for I think it's like its 30th year now or something. But like, yeah, like literally, like any of that could go away overnight, like literally, like.
Well, they just tried that here in Ohio, but we got a petition going, and I'm pretty sure we'll fill the petition.
Yeah, but didn't they change the law that you couldn't like bring up petitions anymore to change the fucking law on it or some shit?
No, once you like, I think it's all right. So it's something like if you make a law and it goes up for a ballot, and then you can't petition that, right? But if the governor does a re-amend like they did with Senate Bill 56 or whatever it is, and the like it changes the law that the population voted on, that amendment you can appeal through a petition. So yeah, I think it's if you vote on it and it becomes a law, you can't petition it. But if
maybe it was some other state, but I heard that, like, I was pretty sure that there was another state that was like going through basically the same thing, but they were trying to also pass a new law where you could not even like bring up like petition votes anymore. Like, they're just going to shut down petition vote, because that's how it got passed in California to begin with. Like, it took a proposition, whatever it was. It took people signing a fucking petition and getting a number of people to actually like force them to fucking make a vote on medical fucking cannabis in California. Like, and that's literally how they got it the first time. Like, you know, like, and they are literally trying to take that right away from us. You know, they want to stop us from being able to make these petitions to like, you know, like do that. Like,
so they can put something into law, let us vote for it, and then just completely change it to whatever they wanted in the first place, and then we can't petition it.
Like,
wild.
It's just sick. Like, and it's all politics, man. It's right and left, man. They're all just fucking like. I refuse to vote for like anybody.
I think petitions should be protected under the First Amendment.
Cannot get like, they shouldn't even be able to take money from corporations to begin with, man. They're not fucking people. They don't have a fucking vote. What are they doing giving them money? Like, they don't count. Like, it's asinine. Like, and then they got these like super PACs. It's like, no, like, they don't get votes either. Like, unless you have a goddamn vote, you cannot give them money. Okay, like,
right?
Because they have like me and you and every Rock and everybody else on this planet is fucking capped for a personal donation to a politician.
Right.
You know, like, some of these super PACs don't have that shit. Like, they can spend hundreds of millions of dollars and do whatever the fuck they want. Like, it doesn't matter. Like look at I honestly don't believe that it was Elon Musk who did, but I mean, look at Elon Musk. He spent $150 million to get the president like reelected. It was just like, like obviously it had some sway. Like I believe Twitter had way more to do with it than his money, but you know, like I don't know. I just like it's all about money, man. Like and it's on both sides.
Money.
Like you can't like if somebody takes any money from corporations, like I refuse to vote for you. Like I haven't voted in a minute because almost all of them do it, dude. Like almost all of them take fucking money, man.
You vote for a dab fish?
Yeah, because he's probably not fucking biased and nobody else has fucking bought him out. You know, like fuck. He's just a hungry motherfucker looking for some food. Fuck, I don't know.
So yeah, if you've made it this far in the video, please hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers. You know what I mean? We might have to get through quite a bit more numbers before we get to that, but we are on our way. All because
Mr. Beast shout out is coming someday, isn't it?
Yep, Mr. Beast going to shout
email him every day. I'm like, shout out the show, shout out the show. Look, I eat the Beastables. Or no, I'm sorry, Beastables. Beastables.
He missed a marketing opportunity, didn't he? He should start making bowls of food and call them Beastables. I'm a chuckle fish. Chuckle fish.
Yep, exactly, man. Like our governments do not work for us anymore. We are literally. That's why we grind it every day on your 9 to motherfucking 5, man. It's not for your family. It's for the goddamn government, dude. Like. It's straight up like if it was for your family, you would not be away from your family 24 motherfucking 7 trying to fucking pay for all this bullshit, dude. Like
the whole thing from your birth all the way to school. The whole trick with school is to train you to be a worker.
And that's the shitty thing. Like our schools haven't even adapted. Like they were reformed, you know, like they were formed 100 years ago to create factory workers, and it obviously did a great job, but guess what? We don't have factory workers anymore, man. And our schools have not changed. And like, they're still just like, that's what it's for, to go and stand and be in one place for 8 hours a fucking day. Like, just like you would in a factory, you know, like on a line doing repetitive ass shit. Like that's what school is for. It's not really to give you an education. It's basically just to tune you to being part of. Like,
can I go to the bathroom? Raise your hand. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've told my kids that all the time, and I've let them know, like, to be a free thinker, think for yourself. But yeah, Dake Nugs ain't able to come back. His internet is messed up, so I'm gonna throw his link to his YouTube channel in the chat. Go check out Dr. Dank Nugs, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday night. Come show your grow. He does like an interview the first hour of a special guest, and then that special guest sticks around, and the next hour you show your grow. For 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday night. Go check him out. Do appreciate you being up here and your lighthearted commentary. It's always a good conversation with Dr. Dank Nugs.
Always. Yes.
Definitely go check him out. Hit him up. Subscribe to his channel. Do appreciate him being up here. Sorry he's having that issues. There might be a solar flare.
Would I vote for a fish with glasses? Yeah, as long as he doesn't take no fucking money. Yeah, yes. Fuck, yeah. I mean, we like, who cares? Like, he's gonna have to push a button, yes or no button on a vote, you know, and he ain't gonna know which button to push, so he's gonna get it right and wrong some of the time. But like, people who represent us, like, they just get it wrong all the time because they're not there for us, man. Like, they literally aren't. Like, I mean, like, I can't say that I'm like, you're really local. Like, the people who actually like come and like knock on your door, like your local like Chapman, like those people, like, I think those people are like mainly in it for the right reasons. And then like, you know, you work your way up, and then it's just like, it's just part of the game. And it's like, either you're in the game or you're not. Like, either you advance and you start taking this money or you don't. Like,
right. Yeah.
Plain and simple. Like, you know, so like the farther away you get from local, like the the last interest that mother, like nobody in like literally nobody in Washington cares for anybody outside of basically Washington, you know, like guaranteed, dude, like guaranteed, like, you know, like they might represent the South District of California and, you know, but like, nah, they live in Washington. They don't represent California. Like you represent Washington. Like you're part of the system now. Like, you know, like, and that's literally what's going to take. It's not just going to take one. It's literally going to take a multitude of people like to refute like, and there's even a lot of politicians out there alike, but like, yeah, like even like, I don't know, like, but they take money from corporations, you know, like they have great ideas, but they take like, that's all fine and dandy. But, you know, like once you get into power, like, yeah, I've seen that all your ideas go to nowhere, you know, like, and it just turns back into the same bullshit, you know? So it literally is going to take, you know, like a new generation of people who are just like refuse this corporate, like, you know, shackles, you know, like plain and simple. Like,
well,
I mean,
look at a lot of the newer generations. You know, they're making money on YouTube and the new way of life, social media. They're sitting home making thousands of dollars doing.
But that's part of the
fucking
scheme.
Cooking, makeup.
That's part of the scheme, man. Like, you know, like.
But that's also part of the game to keep you at fucking home like a zombie.
Yeah.
Like they just keep you locked in their system, you know, like, but like, honestly, like that's one thing that's nice about like, that I actually like about social media is it actually gives people access to the internet, like, or access to like more people than local, you know, like people from like, you know, like you can find somebody from Singapore and they can become famous, you know, like on the internet, you know, like somebody, and all they need is literally a cell phone with the internet, you know, like you can literally become famous these days. Like that's it, you know, like that's it. Like you could not do that when I was a kid, man. Like I don't care what you did, that shit didn't get past the end of the corner. I don't care how you could light yourself on fire and jump over 10,000 trucks and like nobody even on the other end of the block heard about that shit, man.
They weren't
like,
talking
you know,
about
like,
you
at least not for like 24 hours, you know, like maybe it might have like, hey, did you see Johnny the other day? Like, oh shit, like what? Like there wasn't no video, like, but now like anybody can become famous at any moment in time. Like, and just about everybody has them, but like that's the one thing that like, and people that like, you know, like when people like here create, you know, they're like, oh, like I made like $20 like this month. I'm just like, you know, somebody in Thailand, $20 US, that's a lot of mother effing money, you know, like, you know, like, and I'm not just saying like $20 is a lot of like, but you know what I'm saying? Like if you can make there are people who can make a living off of it. Like, you know, in places where they're at disadvantage, you know, just by their location. Now they can use that to their advantage, you know, and make money off it, which is nice, you know, but
the girls stand to make have a better chance at it.
Oh, definitely. But like, definitely, like there's always the girl that literally just has to sit on stream and smile, and she'll have 10,000 people like, oh, like hearts. Like, I'm just like,
yeah,
you know. But then I'm talking about the people who like actually like give you some real content, you know, like, and they're like, that's what I mean, like, you know, like that's what I mean, like they're like somebody who's like an artist somewhere who's never ever gonna get heard or seen, you know, like they could like, you know, like you can put your drawings out on Instagram and Facebook and all this, like, and in lots of places, like in Southeast Asia, like Facebook is the internet, like they don't, like that's their in it. They don't have the World Wide Web like on their devices. They only have Facebook as the internet. Like that's it. They don't have like a Google browser, like, you know, like, but it's free. Like half the time, like Facebook will set it up and make it free, but like Facebook will pay for that shit, but it's, I don't know. Facebook also has, you know, that they're not just doing that out of the kindness of their hearts either, though. Like,
no, I don't post much on Facebook. I let a couple stories from my Instagram slip through to my stories on Facebook. but my Facebook is like my personal Facebook. So it's not like, you know what I mean? I don't have like a Tazarello Facebook.
Yeah, it like
My Instagram is my personal Instagram too. Like I just post a lot of cannabis stuff over there, but it's not like that's the only thing I will ever post. I'll post family stuff or whatever. It's just my personal Instagram. X is also, I don't have like a separate social media presence. It's just who I am.
Like I honestly don't think I've used I have a Facebook account, but I don't think I've been on there since like 2006 or 8 or something like that. Like, so like and it sucks because like I don't want to make a new account because like if I went to because like every time I go to like a Facebook link, like they don't even let you go look at like whatever it's linked to. Like it's like, oh, log in. It's just like I don't have an account. Like, and I remember like I tried to create an account. They make you like do facial record. Like they want to like make me sure you're legit human. I was like, I'm not taking pictures of my face just to get on fucking Facebook so I can read a freaking like post. Like, I don't, like, no, thank you. I just want to read this post, man. What is going on here? Like, but they like every time I click a link, they make you like they take you there to like log in. Like, oh, log in, please.
All right, so I was all day. Everybody's like, "What's up, jackasses?" I'm like, I'm looking. I'm like, I kept going back to the YouTube, like my actual YouTube. I'm like, man, was I missing him? But I get it now. I get who you are now. I see you. Hi, friend. I see you. Hi, Jack. I get it. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't put that together. I thought like I didn't have like all my messages going on, but I got them all. It's just it's good weed. It's good weeds.
What happened?
I didn't know who Hijack was. I just thought Hijack was just another person. I realized he was Jack Ashes.
Oh. So somebody thought he got his account jacked?
Yeah, well, somebody else was saying, like, calling him by Jack Ashes earlier. And I'm like, I thought I was missing the messages.
No, I know.
No.
Hi, friend. No,
I get it. Hello. What is up? Every time I see it, I think about Mendo Dope Boys. Mendo Dope in the blunt. Oh. I do listen to a little bit of their music. Everybody at work hates me.
Yeah, I like a couple of their songs. They're not bad.
Yeah, I'm a blanket.
I do like the style of it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I'm almost out of my drink. Okay, now I'm out of my drink. not at the airport, no.
Are you growing anything right now, Rock?
Huh?
Are you growing anything right now?
Mm-hmm. That bother me. There you go.
Stop calling.
Ooh, wrong way. Ooh, Skunk.
Oh, did you top that, or is that two different plants?
Yeah, top.
Okay.
Skunk. Oaxacan. Lebanese.
See, Taz, you don't, man. Tell this guy he has to go in WWE. You're not stepping in even helping me. Like,
what happened?
I thought we were trying to like defend DWC, and Taz like, yeah, so like,
that's roadkill.
Rock's in here growing in DWC the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't know he's growing in DWC. I didn't realize. I think it's.
I just like I don't know. Like I just like.
I'm the only living soil grower here. Crazy, ain't it? That's like I said, I think if I had a better water source, if I lived closer to the place or something like that, I might get into it. But I think if I get into it, because I love fish
Oh yeah, you have all soft water. That's right. That's fucked, dude.
Yeah. So it's
You need to like just like call a plumber and be like, put a fucking spigot on before the, or no, it comes into your house soft, doesn't it? That's what you're saying. Like,
well,
comes from like a pump well, and that
well,
gets like
it's city water. It's city water, and it goes straight to the water softener. It comes out and then goes to the rest of the house. It goes to the outside spigots and everything.
But it doesn't come into the house soft. Like the softener's in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just call a plumber and be like, put a spigot, get a spigot on this motherfucker before the fucking, I want regular goddamn water.
Wish
right
I
here.
could. My landlord would freak out on me. He's just that way. He is the maintenance guy, the plumber, the fixer. He's Yeah, he does it all.
Yeah, no, that's probably the only reason you can grow anyways, is because you're renting like that. Like, you know.
Yeah, my landlord's super cool.
Most real places do not let you grow. Like oh,
he didn't let me add. He didn't let me add breakers to the box. You know what I mean? He didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I got it all figured out.
This is getting huge. That's that DWC magic.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it's just like just the vigor you get out of that shit. Like it's just like I when I know, because when I pop like plants, like, and I'll even pop fems and put them into DWC because I know they're fems, so I'll start them in fems, but I'll pop a bunch of regulars and put them in the soil because those ones always start in soil, and then I'll run their cuts, like the female cuts that I find, you know, like, and put them in the DWC. But yeah, like when I start them in soil and when I start them, so they go into like DWC and soil at the same time, and the ones that go into DWC are, like I said, they're feminized seeds, so they're not as vigorous. And I usually only grow F1s, which are super vigorous. So like those fucking feminized seeds in DWC fucking grow 4 times faster than the fucking soil, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
it's not even close. Like I can like it. Like I can literally like I will have a very, like, it only takes a month to like veg a plant where you have a very mature plant that's gonna, like, you know, like, well, it depends on like what it really produces, but I mean, it's in a month you're gonna have a plant that's big enough to flower and probably fill up, you know, at least a freaking definitely a 2x2. Like it will definitely be full with fucking like you're gonna have that shit fucking blasting out the walls. Like I've done 1 month and easily filled a 3x3, you know, with just a month veg, you know, like, but yeah, so like,
yeah, that's one thing I've always said. If you want simplicity and the ease of growing, go with living soil. If you want to get fast, vigorous, funky, like crop steering type of growth on like a just, you know, I mean,
I don't know. I've seen some locked in living beds that
I think you can go with hydro or DWC.
That grow. Now, I'm not going to say they grow as fast as fucking hydro, but they fucking pop right along, man.
Well,
like,
all right, yeah. So
like
Jeremy
like
from Build a Soil, he's got the reservoir with the blue mat system, and you know, the auto watering, I think, is a key in living soil. If you want to grow just as fast as maybe hydro,
I guarantee you, he's got like 8 sensors in his bed. Like, so every square inch of his bed knows what the percentage of the fucking moisture percentage of the.
Well, he's got humidifiers, dehumidifiers. He's got the whole works. Yeah, I mean, his environment.
He's probably like, he's probably got a spaceship, man. Like,
right? Yeah.
You know, like,
hydro.
Not saying that like that just like instantly like makes it easy or like automatic, but like when you know what you're doing and you have that shit, like you can
outdoor
set it and fucking forget it, man. Just walk away, come back in 3 weeks and defoliate and come back in, you know, 7 more weeks and harvest that fucker.
So if I would do anything outside, I would do like a 5-gallon bucket, right? And then you put like a cup at the bottom of it that kind of protrudes down, and you set it on a rain gutter. You tip the rain gutter a little bit so the water runs through, and you waterfall it into a pond with fish in it. And then you just pump that back up to the top of your rain gutter. You put 2 2x4s on each side of the rain gutter so it holds your 5-gallon bucket. Well, if you take a 12-foot run, you can put 12 5-gallon buckets, because a 5-gallon bucket is 1 foot is 12 inches. but you can use the wicking system and, circulate that through your fish would basically feed your plants. You could do some top dressing and whatnot, but I think I would do that outside because if I would go hydro, I would want to go aquaponics. I think that's what it's called, right? Aquaponics with the.
Oh yeah, mistakes definitely happen just as fast, Tom. Like that, yeah, there is no forgiveness in hydro. Like you like overfeed your plants, like you'll know it like instantly, or not instantly, but hours later you will tell, like you can tell if something's up with your freaking plant, but that's the other nice thing is like you can instantly address it and change it, and fix it. And I don't know, like I luckily have never had to use a chiller, like a water chiller for my DWC because I've always grown on a cement floor in a basement. So like
you don't have to use that. Yeah,
you don't really need a chiller, like I never have run my lights at I never run really high temperatures in my tent. I usually keep my lights pretty.
Then I would have to get like a.
Holy shit! What's going on with Taz?
All right, so I think
you're back.
I think that solar flare that hit Dank Nugs down there in southern Ohio is now hit me in northeast.
Yeah, we saw you freeze, so we just took over.
And then all of a sudden, like it all just like fast forward all at once, man. I was just like, oh shit, he's possessed by an alien. What's happening?
I was just sitting here. Everything went to the death spiral. Everybody's camera did.
Oh, shit,
my YouTube stopped. But I think we're good now. I mean, I think the solar flare is, but I'm on hardwire too. I'm not on Wi-Fi. So that might have helped me out a little bit. But I was sitting here like, well, show's over, I think. Hopefully not.
No, I would have stayed running. It would have stayed running until you came back.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Jeez. I thought it was. I know what happened. That's good stuff.
That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, you're a catfish, Lout. Kathy, you're a catfish.
But what I was gonna say, Tom, about a chiller, as long as you don't have like a ton of reses, only if you got like 4 reses, like you can just fill like liters of empty out liters of soda, and fill them with water and just freeze them in your freezer overnight and just drop them in there, when your lights come on. And dude, you don't need a cooler, a chiller, but like, and then you just obviously need to, a set of them so you can just have some ready to go in your freezer, but yeah, they really doesn't. And honestly, you can like that's why I run like the beneficial bacteria, because you can even run even higher temps when you run the beneficial bacteria.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not talking like of the I don't know. I've never tested the limits on it because like I said, my res is like, I think the highest I've ever seen one of my reses at was like 76 degrees, and that was for like.
What is the range?
It's usually you usually want it like 67, is usually like around a good temperature for it, but you don't really want to go over 72. So anywhere in between like 67 and 72, and you also don't want to go colder than that because it can like shock the roots or whatever. Yeah, like the water that literally comes out of my faucet is like 55 degrees. That's why I literally not that I really care, because I definitely have I've definitely not, just mixed my nutrients and did the res that day. Like I said, you tend to like have them sit out overnight, and one of the reasons not was it just for the pH to rise, but it's also to like let the temperature rise on that shit too, because it's like freezing cold coming out of the fucking ground here. But yeah, so yeah, like anywhere between like the high 60s and low 70s is fine. Like you'll really
carry a 5-gallon bucket and then use that like as a DWC, that would regulate on an outside grow from the sun getting to it, right?
Yeah, like if you just bury it into the ground, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
But I don't know, I think you could just like put something around it before put like a cover with like the white side of the panda film, and that should be fine. Because that, I remember that's one thing I actually did when my res got up that high and I was worried about, is I covered the resin, because I run black lids with black buckets, so I just covered the whole things in like white panda film, like so the light couldn't get down there and heat it all up, and seemed to help a little bit. I lowered it down to like 74, I remember, but didn't do like a whole lot. But
yeah.
Well, we are coming down to the end of the show. I greatly appreciate everybody being here. What's up, Madtown?
Madtown dope.
How are you doing? I appreciate everybody being here, hanging out. Oh, test froze are gone. I was frozen. I was frozen in time. But yeah, check out the Discord. And I don't know if you have X. Did I put my X account? If you do have X, I just post links, a lot of links there, wherever I'm at. Whoever's but I think I forgot to do it last week. I've been kind of falling off. But I appreciate Chaotic being here. Check his Instagram out. Go follow him on Instagram. And shall I ask, when are you going live again, Rod? Tomorrow for another 72-hour live. Wait. I would take 2 or 3 days off in between each live too. I couldn't do it.
No, Tom's taking the crown for the Stream King now.
Yeah.
Like Tom was like Rock goes on for like 12 hours. Tom will be like, hold my beer. He'll fucking go on for like 12 hours. Like go take a 4 hours, like get up and stream for like 12 more hours. Like, damn, dude, I just like literally like went to bed, you were streaming, got up, you were streaming, like went to work, you were streaming, got home from work, you were streaming, like went to bed, you were streaming, got up, and you were streaming. Like
that's
you slept somewhere in there though. Like I'm pretty damn sure. Like
I still have a good demeanor and a good smile on my face, but deep down inside, I'm like,
yeah, I couldn't do it. My voice starts to get
crackly. Yeah. Like, I'm glad that Tom's there a lot. I hope he's there tomorrow. That's the great. Like if the panel's full, I don't have to be the only one talking.
Oh yeah,
it starts drying up. I'm going like this or like this by the end of the night.
Yep. Don't forget to smoke that like button. I appreciate it, Christopher.
Oh my god, yeah, thanks for telling me now. I did not do that. Whoops.
But I do appreciate everybody being here and hanging out. We will be here again. And I had a question. Mother's Day is on Sunday this year. Should we or should we not have a show? Should I have a show? Should I do a giveaway? Should I not do a giveaway? Women only giveaway? I don't know.
Love you, Tom.
I don't know. I think Father's Day is on a Sunday also.
I'm okay with it if Chaotic's okay with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like my mom's not around anymore, and
mine either. My mom passed away
for Mother's Day. Like I literally like call my sister and tell her Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah,
and to be honest with you, like it's on, since it's on her day, more than likely we'll go visit her instead of them coming here, and it's early when we go over there, as opposed to when they come here, we get them to stay a little bit later.
Right,
we get the old ladies out of the house for a little while. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good if you want to do it.
Yeah. Father's Day is on a Sunday also this year. So yeah, we'll figure that out later. So yeah, I think I'll run one. Mother's Day is planting day. Everyone loves winning on Mother's Day. That is true. That is true. I'll probably do a giveaway on Mother's Day, and it might actually be these type, like these. Oh, let's see here what we got. We got some of these.
Zinnias?
Some sweet Sweet Williams.
Sweet Williams. Oh yeah. Cool.
I literally just did that this weekend.
So we'll probably do that.
when I got home from work on Friday, I have like a bunch of wildflowers that just grow like randomly, like in like, you know, like around the edge of my house, like in landscaping areas. It's not like any fancy, like it's just like wildflowers out of like seed packs like that. But now that they regrow, like, and they, you know, like flower and seeds, I just let the flower, you know, the seeds pods just stay there all winter, and I just now I can just go around in the springtime and I just pick them up and I just shake them back over the bed, and I don't have to go. Technically, I do go buy more flowers because that's never enough, man. Like it takes like, especially when they're like seeds like that, like 1 in like 100 probably sprouts. So like, yeah, but like,
let's get together on that. I wouldn't mind
fucking growing just like wildflowers like randomly everywhere around the house just for like pollinators and shit. Like,
yeah. So yeah, we'll do something special for that day. Heck yeah, awesome show. I do appreciate everybody being here. That is true. I couldn't do it without the chat and the panel. I'd be a lonely soul up here just talking to myself. I do appreciate
yeah, that's why I love people
vibes
on the panel. I feel like I'm in my room talking to myself.
Yeah, just
like
hanging
a
out.
fucking loony.
Yeah. Heck
yeah,
yeah.
Travis, no problem. Thanks for pulling up always.
I think I got everybody's link up there. But here's Dr. Jenks again Monday, and then I'll throw up Garden Cultivation Network.
Yeah.
This will be Friday at 9 or Wednesday at 9. Wednesday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Go check them out on YouTube.
Yeah.
I do appreciate everybody being here, and that'll be it. That's a wrap.
Get it.
Bye, friends.
Thanks for pulling up.